Hey guys, and welcome back to the next video in the dog training review series. In this video, I want to show you guys how to add a low content really fast using a specific plugin that I like to use. I'm also going to go ahead with one of the basic themes that comes with WordPress. I was thinking about which theme I wanted to use, but I thought it might be best to show you how you can do this straight from scratch from a nice, clean, basic theme. I'm going to be using the 2012 theme that comes stock with your WordPress install. You can see in the past weeks, WordPress has had an update and it's changed the look of WordPress a little bit, but everything still works the same. What I want to show you guys first is a plugin called SEO Zen by a guy called Alex Becker. He's an internet marketing SEO guru. He's really good with his plugins and his content. And this plugin just makes it so simple to add new content onto your WordPress site. Personally, one thing that I always get stuck on when creating different sites is writing 500-word articles over and over again to populate the site so it looks good. Looks good for Google. Looks good when your customers come to your site. It can get pretty frustrating to do that all the time. And then I went to the stage where I was getting article writers to constantly write me articles for all my sites, and that was getting expensive as well. But then what this, I want to show you this, the plugin's called SEO Zen, and what it does, you type in your different keywords that you want, it takes content from all over the internet related to those different topics you've given, it puts them into an article, it gives you your, puts a YouTube video there as well, because Google likes seeing YouTube videos on sites, links it all nicely together, and what we can do then is spin the articles using a program called Spin Rewriter, which I'll show you guys in a minute. What spinning does, it makes all the words in the article and different phrases into different synonyms. So it makes it completely unique, and we can literally create as many. Like we could create 10,000 words on our site within a couple of minutes. So I'm going to show you guys how I do that so far. I've already installed the plugin because I had to get my license keys and do a bit of mucking around there. But the way I did it, all I need to do is go plugins, add new. I uploaded this one from my desktop since I purchased it. I think it was about $50 when I purchased it Australian. But see desktop here, open, and then I hit install now, but it's already installed. In the other videos, I've shown you guys how you can install different galleries, different things like that in the Social Media Mansion series, but I'll show you quickly again here. You can look at the popular plugins, which people are downloading really constantly right now, so contact forms, Google site maps, etc. WooCommerce, which is a shopping cart, and so on and so on. So I've installed that, and then SEO Zen comes up down here. So this is what you'll look in after you've entered your license key into SEO Zen and once your actual plugin's been activated. What I normally do first is I go to the spinner, and because I purchased Spin Rewriter, I've chucked in the content here. There is a free spinner that comes with this program, but you'll notice that sometimes when the free spinner spins your content, the words in the sentences, they don't really make sense. But using this paid program, I think it's $50 or $60 a year. I think it's really worth it, as it gives you really good high quality spins. But let's just go back to SEO Zen now. And let's create some pages. Silo name. Just quickly, what a silo is we have our so say if you go to a website and it has a services tab, and it has a drop-down menu underneath it that has all the other content related to the services. So you might have, so say for example for this, we'll call it silo dog training. And I put a bunch of keywords here that I wanted to use. Dog training reviews, and this is what I want the articles to be about. So now I'm going to have one silo name called dog training with a bunch of articles underneath it, so I'll show you guys what that looks like now. So I just had a bit of a mind blank for a second. So I'm going to update that. I'll let that do its thing. And I'm going to add it to the menu. and we'll let that load and do its thing. Okay, so I just paused the video because it took about 90 seconds to actually upload. So now that the pages have been added, we can just go over here to pages, and you'll see it's all been added there. So we just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different actual articles just like that. How easy was that? Normally, imagine if you had to write all those articles out one by one, which is fine, you can do it that way, but it just takes so much more time. What I like to do now is I'll spin this page because I've entered all my details before in the spinning section in SEO Zen. So I'll give that a second. And then I'll go through and do this for all the other articles as well, but I'll just show you one for now. Then the next thing that we want to do is go check that our menus are all set up. And each theme that we use is going to have a different type of setup. So now that we're using the 2012 theme, I'll show you guys how we can access that. But sometimes you might find your theme option in the side here, like I'll show you guys in the Social Media Mansion website creation series. But for this section here, we go appearance and theme. So just quickly, you can see that it's been spun successfully by SEO Zen. So now this article is completely unique to me. It's got my keywords in there. It's good content. It's got a video there. And yeah, it's all looking really good. And I'll do that later for the rest of these, but I won't show you that now because I just want to show, save some time. So we're going to go appearance. Oh, first of all, let's set up a menu. So if we go appearance, menus, and make sure these are all added to the menu successfully. They should have done that when we hit add to menu, and as you can see here, it's all added successfully. Make sure it says you have a menu already created then, so we hit save menu just to make sure it's all there. And you might come to this page and it might have all this information here, but it might say create a menu. So hit create a menu and then you'll get this view here. What we want to do now is go into our theme. So right now what our site will look like, not Social Media Mansion, dogtrainingreviews.net. It's very basic. You can see our different pages are not actually in the header here. We've got our recent posts here. I'll show you how we'll edit that in a minute. So we can go here, we can customize. And this is the control panel for this specific theme. So say we wanted to change the title and tagline, we can do that here. So obviously that's the title and that's the tagline. I'll leave that for now. We can change background images. Navigation is where we'll put in our menu. So if I wanted to put in our primary menu there, save menu, and then it should come up in here. So you can see all our different articles we've created. So straight away, here's another one. Here's another one, and so on. You get the idea, and it's all these ones haven't been spun, but I'll spin them all soon. What I'm going to do now is I don't want to actually have all these in the top, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm just going to, if you want to change the home page to something else, a static front page, and I'll do this a bit later on once I've created my sales review. So I'll leave that for now, but what I want to do is save and publish. And then I'll close this. And I'm going to head over to the widgets area. And what the widgets area does is, let's just go back to dogtrainingreviews.net. This sidebar here is where our widgets will be placed. So we can download widgets like Facebook feeds or email forms or whatever through the plugin section here. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have, say I don't want the recent posts in anymore. I can get rid of that. But say I want to put a calendar in, I can do that. What I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to have a custom menu. Actually, I might even put a list of your pages. We'll see what that looks like. Dog training resources. Or info. I'll save that. And hopefully that should come up in the sidebar now when we refresh this. Maybe not. Actually, no, we'll do it this way. We'll add in a custom menu. So a custom menu, we've got the menu there, so we'll type in dog training info, save, and I'll refresh that again, and you can see dog training info with all our pages there. So it looks a lot more professional having it in the side here rather than all on top bar. And I might fill this up a bit more. Let's just chuck in a calendar, recent posts. We'll chuck that in there as well. We'll chuck in the search bar, and we'll leave it at that for now. Search, date, recent posts, and we'll save all of that. Great. So now what we can do, we've got a bunch of information here down the bottom. So we don't want people to, this will be the main sales page. We're going to add in post in soon. We're going to edit these posts and make them different reviews on products and add some affiliate links in. This information down here is purely just to flesh the site out, make it look a bit more legitimate. What it also does, it works well for Google, because then Google trusts your site a lot more since it has a lot more content on it. No matter what site, I always think about it if you're the customer. If you go to a site and there's nothing but one single article, do you really trust it, or would you trust a site that has a bunch more content on there? I'm going to edit the header here. We're going to edit a bunch of information throughout this. I'll come back to you guys in the next video with a bunch of content related to the review product that we're going to be doing on ClickBank. I'm going to be showing you guys how to get the affiliate link and how we're going to implement it onto this site. And we're going to clean it all up, make it a sales ready site, and then I'll show you guys how we're going to start sending traffic from our social media to our dog training reviews page. Thanks for your time, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.